Hello match directors. This is going to be a short video instructing you on how to use our brand new scoring system. So without any further delay, let's jump right on into it. Make sure you're logged into the Precision Shooting Matches system under your match director account. And from there on the main menu, roll over Match Directors and then My Match Portal. When you arrive at My Match Portal, this is a list of all of the matches that you've currently set up in our system. And I have one here that I've set up as a test match. Once you're ready to start scoring, click on the Complete Match button. And you can see here, it brings you to the roster page, which will show you a list of all the competitors you currently have signed up for that particular match. This is, of course, a test match, so I have myself on here twice already. But when you find the competitor that you want to start scoring for, just click on the View Manage link under the Scorecard section. And that brings you to the Match Cards page. And basically what you can see is there's no information here because we haven't done any scoring for this competitor yet. And what this is asking you is to select what kind of match this is. And obviously this one's going to be a pistol match. And we hit Generate Scorecard. Now we're ready to basically pick what kind of scorecard we want to use for this competitor. Now we're going to say that, let's say that this was a CMP 22 caliber EIC match that I shot for this. So we select that, we generate the card. And now we're ready to submit scores. And you can see what this page is showing you is a selection of links that you can link back to My Match Portal, that you can link to the name of the match and see the roster again. Or you can go back to the match cards that you've already set up for this particular competitor. It also shows you, reminds you of the event name, the date of the event. Obviously, we're doing this in the future, and the competitor name. All you have to do at this point is fill in the blanks. Now, this is very fast and easy, and some of you may be saying, well, this just looks like a spreadsheet. Why do I want to bother using this? And here's why. All you have to do is click or tap, if you're using a mobile device, into the first field. And you can see what appears here is your selection of buttons to fill in the scores. Now, let's say for this first string of fire, I shot 5 X's, 3 10s, and then a couple of 9s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 X's, 3 10s, 2 9s. Boom, and it's done. You see it tabulated the score for you here, the X count here, which carries down to the aggregate area here. Then literally all you do is continue filling in the scores that you've got for this competitor. And boom, it's done. It's very, very fast and easy and intuitive to use. At any point during this, if you hit the Save Scorecard, it will refresh the page and retain the score. So even if you've only got complete as far as the time fire stage in this case, and you got called to dinner, you had to go answer the door, whatever it may be, you can just hit Save Scorecard and it'll retain those scores even if you come back days later. So not a worry about getting interrupted halfway through, scoring a match. Once that's saved, it's retained. And so down here, you can either hit the Save Scorecard and return to the competitor scorecard page. If you didn't hit this Save Scorecard button, you could just click this. It would save it and then bring you to back to the scorecard page, which I'm going to show you. Or alternatively, if you're all done scoring, if this was the only match this competitor shot during your match day, this competitor's complete return to the match roster will allow you to start scoring the next competitor. But we're going to hit this one, Save Scorecard, and return to competitor scorecard page. So we're back on this particular competitor's scorecard page, and you can see now that we have the scorecard done. We have his match type as the CMP 22 caliber EIC match, the score that the competitor received, and then you have this indicating whether or not you want to include it in the grand aggregate. So basically, if your competitor shot a full 2700 match and then a couple of ancillary matches after that, Distinguished Revolver, EIC, whatever it may be, you can select to have this included in the grand aggregate or not. Since this is a small, side match, I'm going to hit change so that this particular score is not going to be included in the grand aggregate. Okay. Now, if I have to go back and make a change, let's say I made a mistake, I have picked up the wrong scorecard, or there was a challenge, whatever it may be, I can hit manage and go back, and I can change scores if I need to. So let's say that this 9 was contested and the competitor should have been given a 10. So you can just click in that field, click the 10 to change it, or if you prefer, you can clear the shot value and go back in. Or if you need to, you can clear the entire string of fire and then just start again. Okay, and give the competitor the 100 that they've always wanted. You can then hit save scorecard or save scorecard and return to the scorecard page. And you can see that now the score has been updated to reflect that. You'll also notice that although you can continue to manage a scorecard, your option to delete it is now grayed out. Okay, so basically we don't want to give you any opportunity to accidentally delete a scorecard that you've got in there. Okay, if you need to add another scorecard, if the competitor shot like a 900 match or something after that, or a full 2700, whatever it may be, you can just select the next appropriate scorecard, generate the card, and then here you go. All the information of the match, the 900 match card, and then you can start filling in scores as you see necessary. And just again, to reiterate that if you're doing this on a tablet device, on a phone, any sort of mobile device, this is just as simple as tapping your finger. So as soon as you tap it with your finger, score goes in, it automatically moves to the next field, tabulates the scores, and you can see it keeps a running total of the aggregate down below. All right, if I hit save scorecard here, you see it saved it at the point I had to get up and I had to use the restroom or whatever. I can go back to the competitor scorecard page, and you can see it'll only have it tabulated as far as I went. All right, and I can select to keep that in the grand aggregate as I continue to put scorecards in, and then I can go back and manage it as I see necessary. And once I'm done filling in all these scores, this competitor, I'll make sure I save it. This competitor is complete, return to match roster, and then here we have our test competitors in here all ready to receive their scores. And you can see, because I only went as far as that 187 on that 900 match, it only reflects my aggregate here as 187 because that's the only match that was included in there. That's all there is to it. It really is a simple system, and this is going to tie in directly with the score reporting report that is coming next, and as well as the competitor portal pages that's going to have all the competitor information, all the stats, all the personal records, all the great stats that we've come up with, badges and stuff like that. So there's a lot of really good stuff coming, and this is just the first step in that. So by all means, feel free to go in, play with the system, use it. If you have questions or comments or suggestions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Send me an email, comment below if you want on the blog page. Do it through Facebook, whatever works best for you, and we'll be happy to address any and all of your concerns. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoy using it. We had a great time bringing it to you, and by all means, go have a match.